Oh, what's up, y'all? Classic Kev back with another episode. And honestly, y'all, probably the most important episode yet. So I'm sure, as you know, the crypto markets are crashing again. And I have news for you. I know why they're crashing. I know who's crashing them. And I know what's going to happen next. Now, before I continue, you shouldn't listen to any of this because this is not financial advice. Plus, I'm down $30,000 today. So you definitely shouldn't listen to me, right? So I want to let you know that you are being lied to. You are, now, it's not from me. It's not from me. You are being lied to. And I'm going to show you by who. And I have receipts. So let's go ahead. Let's get started. All right. So I found this article from 2014. You see our moth brains? We forget what people say, and that allows them to lie or change what they say over time. Or sometimes they say one thing, but then their actions are something else, right? Example. All right, this article is from 2014. Warren Buffett, known as the greatest investor of all time, says blast Bitcoin as a mirage. Stay away in 2014. I want you to ask yourself, as a sensible investor, common sense question. Had you bought Bitcoin in 2014, would you be sitting pretty right now? Okay, I continue. All right, let's go to this article from 2018. Bitcoin is rat poison. Oh, it's rat poison, y'all. Berkshire's Charlie Munger says, who's like 90-something years old. So he's saying Bitcoin is rat poison. I can't make this up. But I continue. Let's go to this article from 2018. Here's why Warren Buffett swears he'll never invest in Bitcoin in 2018. So I want to ask you something. Let's say you had put 10 grand in Bitcoin in 2018 or 2019 and put money in this rat poison. Would you be looking good right now? I continue. Warren Buffett says Bitcoin is a delusion and attracts charlatans. From 2019. Now I want to ask you another question. Had you bought Bitcoin? So you notice in a trend, when you do the opposite of what these elites do, you usually come out better, right? I continue. In 2019, Warren Buffett says cryptocurrency will come to a bad end. But again, y'all, I'm down $30,000. So why would you listen to me? And hold on a second when I get a good thumbnail. I'm trying to get one that. I'm trying to get a good thumbnail for YouTube to get y'all. Make sure y'all click on the video. If the thumbnail's like funny or interesting, make sure y'all click on the video. A little YouTube 101 for you. All right, so we went over the liars, right? So you know I'm not lying to you. I just proved who is lying to you, though. You're welcome. All right, now let's go to where it started. The new variant comes out. Oh man, they gave it a scary name. They fear. What happens? The market reacted. Then the market started to come back. So this is what smart, stupid investors were doing. So the market recovered, right? So these investors, a lot retail, were trying to front run this market. So what they did is they used what's called leverage trading, meaning that they can borrow up to 50 to 100 times their portfolio. So if they got, $1 million portfolio, they can borrow against their $1 million portfolio to establish long positions in Bitcoin or Ethereum, right? This is what happens when when a market gets over leveraged, you start seeing parabolic runs, right? I know that sounds good, but understand that most of these markets are controlled by about 70% insiders. So big institutions, like the retail investor, makes up a very small fraction of this market. So these these leverage traders, right? 50x, 100x, it's causing a run up, right? The big dogs, they're still trying to establish positions, right? So they're moving money around, they're moving assets around, or they eventually want to buy more of something, but they don't want an overinflated valuation. So then the big money, they say, hold on, we're going to put a stop to this. We're going to coordinated sell, right? So when they sell, these people that are trading with leverage, when they sell their stock, there's limits, there's margin calls. So when they pull the rug, like you notice it like seems to happen at like 2 a.m, like real coordinated, right? Well, all these people get liquidated, or it's called wrecked. All these people lose all their money, whatever they leverage, they lose. That's free money because then the hedge funds rebuy it all back up. Y'all, come on, think about it. Land just sold for like $4 million in a Metaverse. Adidas is partnering with the Metaverse. Facebook changed its name to Meta. Y'all, this shit ain't going anywhere, y'all. This shit is the future. I own an ATM business. I own a credit card processing business. This solves literally every problem with fractional reserve banking. Now that's very scary to a lot of people. It's very scary to a lot of elites that are in control. But I won't go into that. I don't want to get banned. All right, then there was some bad news though. Oh, but when this big dip happened, the smart money is buying a dip. Like for example, El Salvador just bought more Bitcoin. What you think other nations are going to start doing when they catch on? People are finding out about this every day. So El Salvador bought the dip. And guys, you can see the on-chain metrics. People like CEOs like Michael Saylor, they come in, they buy these big dips, y'all. It's your not financial advice. It might be the greatest opportunity you ever have in your lives. All right, there was some bad news. The Evergrande in China, guys, it's like they're having their own housing market crash over there, and a lot of money was tied up in that, and it's like a domino effect. So, but I'm not really worried about China. All right, now, I've talked every episode just about on this channel. I talk about the problem with inflation, y'all. You got to realize around the world, inflation is destroying countries. You can't even save money. The government prints so much money. So with the Fed, Jerome Powell's actually come out and said that, that they're not going to use the term transitory inflation. They're admitting that inflation is real now, y'all. And what they're saying, the way they're going to combat inflation is by tapering. So what tapering is they're going to reduce the money supply. They're not going to print as much money. When smart investors hear that, like, whoa, you're not printing money anymore, which is good. What smart investors are going to do is like, whoa, we need to get cash because these assets we're holding, whether it be real estate, stocks, or crypto, they're overinflated because when the Fed pumps money, the money's got to flow into somewhere, right? It's not going to stick as cash because of inflation. So the smart investors put it in assets. So now cash is actually going to be a little bit more valuable because they're not printing money. But there's bad news. When they stop printing money, they have to get money from somewhere. The money's got to come from somewhere. The government just shut down, and they're going to extend another shutdown. So we need to get money to fund the government. How can they do that? Well, they tax us enough. I'm sure you understand that. Look at your paycheck. We're taxed enough. So here's what they're going to do. They're going to raise interest rates. Whether it's interest rates on real estate, and I know what you're thinking. If you're in the real estate market, you're looking to buy a house, don't worry. Because the interest rate, it's a facade. Because if the interest rates go up, the cost of homes will come down. Because look around, y'all, the housing market's way overvalued right now. Way overvalued. So when you see these markets crash like this, guys, you're in the most valuable asset. What do you want to sell and go back into money? And lose, like guys, they're thinking inflation is around 15% per year. So your portfolio in your bank account is losing probably more than 15% per year. So you're holding the most valuable asset. You just need a dollar cost average down, get more of them. So back to the real estate market. So I am kind of concerned with a crash with that because it would affect these markets because as you can see, home prices are overvalued. That's why I always talk about on this channel, the only thing that matters in that house is that you want to live there and that you can afford the note. So the cost of the house, what's it matter if the cost goes down 20%? If you can afford the note, you like living there, it doesn't matter. Goes up, goes down, that's real estate, y'all. You wouldn't get your house reappraised every 30 days. You look at your portfolio every day. That's what you're doing. You're reappraising. Stop looking at it. Go outside, go ride a bike. Bunch of moths. All right. Also, other bad news, a bunch of CEOs all just liquidated, just sold positions because when these CEOs, like say Elon Musk, he sold a bunch of positions in Tesla. Y'all, he's been telling you Tesla's overvalued. Guys, I sold my Tesla stock because it's overvalued. I don't care what any other YouTuber says, that stock's overvalued. So when people like Elon, he sold a bunch of his shares, maybe to pay taxes. he's probably going to end up buying crypto. Elon sold billions of dollars of Tesla stock. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up buying crypto, and that would send the market into a bonanza. You remember if that shit happens, y'all remember I told you it was going to happen. But if it don't happen, then, well, anyway. Well, y'all, sorry, that's my little rant for today. Hang in there, y'all. It's what a crazy time to be alive right now, y'all. We're living through a fucking history book. Anyway, y'all, I'm Classic Kev. I'm out. Later, losers.